afternoon, everyone. I am Shuhrat Karabashov, and now I would like to explain about the primacy of national security. So let's go. National security is an essentially contested concept. It means different things to different people. The three S of realism, statism, survival, and self-help contribute to the primacy of national security. But what is understood by this word security? Whether it must include only military or also encompass health, economy, and environment. It depends on who or what are we attempting to secure. But traditionally the referent object of security is the nation state. The assessment of a threat is always subjective. Fear, which is deeply subjective, is the motivating factor behind the quest for security. Realism and national security. The primacy of national security owes much to the realist school of international politics. Realists argue that states are compelled to seek power in order to ensure their own security. The core objective of foreign policy is to ensure the survival of the state. Statism. According to realists, the state is the main actor and sovereignty is its distinguished trait. By identifying the state as the central actor in international politics, the survival of the state is the overriding objective of national security. Realists argue that it is the attribute of sovereignty that provides both security and order to the political community living inside the territory of the state. Anarchy. The term used to indicate that international politics takes place in an environment that has no overarching central authority. The fact that there is no higher power to ensure peace among sovereign states is often viewed as synonymous with a state of war. Under anarchy, the survival of the state cannot be guaranteed because the use of force culminating in war is a legitimate instrument of statecraft. Survival. The first priority of state leaders is to ensure the survival of their state. Force can be used both to wage war and to threaten war as an element of coercive diplomacy. The ever-present possibility of force being used in the anarchical international system causes states to fear one another. Great powers have a strong incentive to seek a maximum amount of power in the belief that this is the best way to survive. And self-help. National security is ultimately an individual effort. Realists do not entrust its survival to another actor or international institution such as the United Nations. Security dilemma, the goal of pursuing one's own security, often fuels the insecurity of other states. The military preparation of one state creates an unresolvable uncertainty in the mind of another as to whether those preparations are for defensive purposes only, to enhance its security in an uncertain world, or whether they are for offensive purposes or to change the status quo in its advantage. Grand strategy. And the overall vision of a state's national security goals and the determination of the most appropriate means by which to achieve these goals. There are three steps. The first one, foreign policy officials must determine their state vital security interests. The second one, they must identify the main source of threats to these interests. And the third one, the last one, they must ascertain the key political, economic, and military resources that can be employed to achieve their national security goals. Thank you for watching. I hope that this video was useful for you.